Well, they also said that they filed a claim which leads to a lawsuit which will be filed in probably about 45 days. The LAPD said they will not comment on the lawsuit, and they also will not comment on the tactics used by the officers that day that led to the shooting. Yesterday, Chief Moore, in releasing that video, made it clear that he is not going to talk about that until after a thorough investigation. He just wanted the public to know what happened and what the officers faced. As far as what did happen, according to the attorney representing the children, he leaves no doubt. In his mind, the officers that day did so many things wrong, and that's what led to what happened.
The real tragedy was the Los Angeles Police Department's tactical response to this incident.
And for the next 45 minutes, attorney Brian Dunn blamed the LAPD for escalating a situation that led to the death of a homeless woman, 49-year-old Elizabeth Tollison, who was held hostage by a man, Guillermo Perez, who police were after, responding to a call. Man with a knife who had just stabbed his girlfriend. Ms. Tollison was a complete stranger to Perez and was just standing in the area, minding her own business.
I know that he wasn't grabbing Ms. Tollison when they got there. I know that he wasn't making any effort to go after her when they got there.
He said the officers on scene did not even follow the training guidelines on how to handle this situation. And he accused the LAPD of turning a bad situation into tragedy, the death of an innocent woman. 3 officers firing 18 rounds, killing Perez. 2 of those bullets hit Miss Tollison. She died 2 days later. Once it got to the point where he had the knife at her throat, what should they have done in your estimation at that point?
Okay, not fired 18 times. If you really want to know the hostage protocol, it's a single shot to the head that is their hostage protocol.
The 3 adult children of Miss Tollison were at today's news conference. One of them read from a written statement.
It hurts me so much knowing I'll never be able to see, talk, or listen to my mother again because the police didn't know how to handle a situation properly.
When asked what kind of relationship did they have with their mother, this answer.
With regard to what was their relationship, I will say that they loved their mother.
Miss Tollison was homeless. Did the family try to get her help?
And efforts were being made to get her off the streets, and that's as far as we're going to go with that type of questioning.
Mr. Dunn, is there any monetary figure here that you're asking for?
No, not yet.
Again, the formal lawsuit about 45 days away from being filed, and when this case gets to a jury, it will take at least a year before that would ever happen. And again, Chief Michael Moore says that he will address the investigation that will follow as to did his office use the right tactics. He made it very clear that some things may need to be changed, but he wants a thorough investigation before he can answer specific questions on that, but not until then. Reporting live from outside the police headquarters in downtown Los Angeles, Dave Lopez, KCON 9 News.